Hi, I'm Jackie Toops with ArmyWife101.com, and today we have Iris Green with us. She is a military spouse who is the CEO and founder of Military Home Base. She has launched a free real estate concierge service with experienced realtors drawn from the military community. Military Home Base is a national program assisting all VA home loan buyers and sellers, from the first timers to the experienced and to everyone in between. And the Military Home Base team are comprised of spouses, veterans, and dependents of military service members. Now, Iris is a top producing realtor in the Tampa Bay area in Florida and is the wife of a recently retired soldier. With more than a dozen PCS moves, I'm tired just saying that. Iris is very familiar with the complexities and unique challenges that military families face. Military Home Base was founded as a result of Iris's experience as a military spouse, realtor, and small business owner. So please join me in welcoming Iris Green. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So I love that you've started this, and I can't wait to dive into it because I know that we've got a lot of people in our Army Wife 101 audience who are viewing right now who will be very interested to learn more about what you offer as far as buying and selling homes, maybe finding preferred vendors for their new houses. But before we go into that, I'd like to hear a little bit more about who you are. So if you could tell us a little bit about your background, your life as a military spouse, and your career, that would be a great place to start.
Yeah, so my father is a Korean War veteran.
Wow.
My husband and I have been together, well, this August we'll have been married for 20 years. He was active duty, junior enlisted when I met him. We have two beautiful girls. Lily is 13, about to turn 14. She'll be starting high school next year. And my oldest, Madison, is 18, graduating from high school this year. So we have, like you said, had 12 moves. About half of those, my husband was deployed or TDY, so I got to do those by myself, which if you're a military spouse, I'm sure you've done it. And if you haven't, it's coming. With pets, kids, everything. Yeah. And most of those moves were cross country or out of country. So they were not local moves for the most part. But, you know, it was good. And let's see, what else about us? I was a part of our FRG when we were in Fort Sill, but for the most part, I worked as a stay-at-home mom for 2 years with each of our girls. And I got into real estate in 2012. And I don't know, what else do you want to know?
That's actually all very interesting. I think that's great. You've been all over the world. You've done the lifestyle. You've done it solo, which is amazing because I know that in itself is a massive feat. And I think it's tremendous that you managed to pull that off with kids, with pets. And you also said that you've lived internationally as well. So you are definitely the expert on homes in various parts of the world. So what gave you the idea to start Military Home Base?
So as I said, I got into real estate in 2012. It was actually November of 2012. And my first year, most people don't realize the first year realtors generally do about 6 transactions. I did $6 million. So that was a lot of work. And I really feel like I hit my stride and I was super excited. I was Rookie of the Year for 2013. That was my first full year in real estate. In 2014 spring, my husband got orders to go to CGSC for school. That's in Leavenworth, Kansas. And he was supposed to be there for a year. And then when we got back to MacDill, he was going to be deploying again. So I kind of had to make it to whether I wanted to separate our family for 2 years or we go with him and I put my business on hold. And neither of those really appealed to me because I knew he was going to be getting out and it was important for us to get my business established. So I kind of created what is now Military Home Base. I basically hired somebody to be my legs in Tampa. I took a step back and became a concierge to my own customers. And most of them never even knew I was gone. And when that happened, the seed of Military Home Base was planted and I was like, I can do this successfully here for 20 plus customers. I bet I can do it everywhere if I had solid realtors around the States. that could be my legs. And that's kind of where the seed was born for Military Home Base. We didn't actually launch until September of 2018. And that was courtesy of Holly Vega, she's a Marine Corps spouse, and Leslie Ginder, also a Marine Corps spouse. They're both on my staff now. We work together. Actually, I shouldn't call them staff. We're more of a leadership team because I couldn't do it without them. But that's kind of how we got started.
That's a really amazing testament to the ability you have now with technology. I mean, the fact that you were working completely out of state and people didn't realize because you were still using that same level of service you provided, you had, you know, the nearby resources for them. And I think that's great. And that there's something to be said for military spouses. You know, a lot of times it is hard to find our own employment, so we have to create opportunity for ourselves. So I applaud you on that amazing concept. So with Military Home Base, can you go ahead and introduce to our viewers what your mission is and what exactly it is that you offer?
So our mission, well, our cornerstones, we have several. We have 4 cornerstones. First and foremost, our services are free. Basically, what happens is when a customer gets orders, a military family gets orders, they reach out, usually via Facebook is what we're finding is more convenient for our spouses and families. So they're connected with Holly or one of our concierges, and she basically holds their hand. If they're looking to buy, she connects them with a lender that we've actually pre-negotiated rebates and discounts with. And she also introduces them to a realtor that's agreed to do the same. Both of these have roots in the military community. And we don't take just anybody. It has to be a realtor that knows our lifestyle, that has a proven record of success with military families and understands VA loans. And we also work with renters, by the way, or if you're living on base and you just need a resource, you can reach out to us and we're there to help. If, for example, we had a family that was in Clearwater that had an emergency and they live in Jacksonville, we were able to connect them with someone who could explain the insurance process to them, an insurance professional. And within 24 hours, we had 2 contractors available for them to get estimates from that would manage the project for them from afar. So it's free to our service members. Our vendors are all vetted. We make sure that they're going to deliver on their promises, and we're going to check back with our service members to make sure that they do. And if they don't, we have a 3 strikes you're out policy.
Excellent. So for the preferred vendors, are these people who are doing like house maintenance or plumbing, or can you describe a little bit more about who your preferred vendors are?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have everything from home security. We have contractors, handymen, painters, plumbers. We even had somebody request nanny services, and we were able to track down a company that they could call to get nanny services. So it runs the gamut. If we don't have it, as you know, military spouses, we're fantastic at research. We know how to dig for the best. If we don't have it, we'll find it for you. We just ask for a little bit of patience in doing that. But it's truly a concierge service. Our vendors will call you. You give us their permission to give them your number, and within a few hours, you're going to get a phone call from them.
Wow, that's truly impressive. So it sounds like you've built this wonderful network. And I know so much of that seems to echo the community I found in the military. When you move to a new area and you're like, where do I go for this? Like, where's a good restaurant? Where's a good daycare? And the fact that now you've kind of added this to this professional network, I think that's wonderful because it's got that extra level of credential as well. And what I think is so unique about what you're offering is, I'll admit, my husband and I, we've never been homeowners. We have just enjoyed the on-base housing we get at every single duty station. So there's never been the actual, looking for a house to live in, doing any of the repairs ourselves. We always just call maintenance. So I think the fact that for military families who are looking for that, or for like us who are recently transitioning out, it's nice to know that Military Home Base offers this free service so we could call someone and say, hi, we need help. We don't understand how this works, or this is what we're looking for. This is what we need. And so I think it's tremendous that this is a service that you're offering. So thank you for that.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Truly. It's very satisfying knowing that we're helping other service members and families. So
fantastic. So do you feel that by using your services, not only are you helping people with peace of mind, but they're able to save money as well?
Yeah, so this was super exciting because I knew when we opened our doors in September 2018, I knew that we were going to be able to save people a lot of money. What I didn't realize was how much. It kind of surprised me, and it probably shouldn't have, but with our tallies, when we closed our books in December, we were able to save service members and veteran families a little over $100,000. And that's not including pre-negotiated discounts with certain vendors. That is purely on the real estate side. So that's pretty powerful. We have service members that are getting amazing interest rates because now they have credits that they can use to buy down their rates, when right now they're pretty high. I mean, they're about 4.5%. So, and I'm not a mortgage professional, so that's not a direct quote of 4.5%, just what we see in some of the forums. So yeah, we're able to save them quite a bit of money.
Well, I know the value of that. That's fantastic. And I think that's excellent. So clearly you're based in Florida, but you said have you helped clients in other states yet?
We have. So we currently have clients in Washington, California, Texas. We've got actually an investor, a very savvy service member who's purchasing investment properties in New Jersey. So we're in North Carolina, Georgia. We're pretty much everywhere, and we are growing quickly. It's not solely for military buyers and sellers that are looking in to use their VA loans. We also have, like I said, investors that are doing conventional, people that are paying cash. So these are all savings that we can still pass on. They're generally not as great a savings as if they're using their VA benefits, but they're still pretty fantastic.
That's amazing. And you're very, very new. I mean, you just said, what, September of 2018?
September of 2018.
Wow. So you're just a few months old in its infancy, yet you've already saved all this money for these military families all over the nation. So clearly you're filling a need that was present. And I think it's excellent that your services are available. So thanks for sharing all your wonderful idea and your experience as a realtor.
No, my pleasure.
I can't wait to tell friends about you in addition to this. I know a lot of people
appreciate it too.
For sure. So the best way for those to get in touch with your team would be to visit your website. And then what's the process like? Could you tell me a little bit about how it works?
Sure. So you have a couple of ways you can get a hold of us. You can come in through our Facebook page, which is Military Home Base, or you can come in through our website, which is www.militaryhomebase.com. You just fill out that I'm a customer, give us the basic information. You will get a reach out either by phone if we have, or by email if that's what you prefer. And we'll assess your needs, find out what exactly you're looking for, and then the connections begin. So all of this can get underway in less than 24 hours. If it's an urgent need, and we have vendors on our books already, then you'll get a call probably within an hour or two from them.
Wow, that's so speedy. That's amazing. So how many people are on your team altogether, would you say?
So right now we have 4, plus my business partner. So
powerhouse.
We grew a lot faster than we thought we would. But what's really nice is we have a group of military spouses that are already invested in our business, and we know who we have on deck to come on board as we grow. So everything we've done is very scalable in all markets.
Fantastic. Well, military spouses will get it done. They'll get it done efficiently, and they'll get it done well. So I think you've tapped into this incredible resource. Can you talk a little bit about, I know I didn't ask you about this previously though, your mimosas in the morning?
Oh, that's Holly and Leslie. It's so funny because Holly was at a networking event last week, and half the room knew who she was because they watch. So mimosas in the morning, one of our cornerstones is we hire military spouses and veterans. So as we grow, more spouses come on board. Holly and Leslie, Holly was our first hire, and then we have Leslie also. They host Mimosas in the Morning, and every Tuesday at 10:30, they interview mostly military spouses, sometimes local businesses, but preferably military spouses who are making a difference in their community, who are entrepreneurs, who have done spectacular things. I mean, we know all military spouses do spectacular things just in what we do as stay-at-home moms, as independent business owners, as spouses volunteering in our community. So Mimosas in the Morning is really about celebrating that. And it's amazing how much of a following we've gotten from that. That has turned out to be quite the hit. And it's going to be turned into a podcast, hopefully next month.
Wow. Wow. I'm just astonished at your different approaches that you're trying to reach everyone. It sounds like they're very successful. You're getting so much accomplished in such a short amount of time. So I'm certainly going to be keeping my eye on Military Home Base because I can't wait to see. I just feel like you're going to be growing by leaps and bounds and servicing military families and veterans all over the nation. So thank you so much for what you're doing.
We would love to be in a position to hire more military spouses. One of the things that I said, we have several cornerstones. One of the things is that we want to create careers and jobs that our spouses can take with them when they PCS. So they can work when the kids are at school. That's who your concierge is on the other line. So they know what our lifestyle is like. And for example, my assistant usually does her job with noise canceling headphones and a toddler on her hip. And she's fantastic. Nobody can multitask like a military spouse, especially our stay-at-home moms.
I heard that.
Call them domestic engineers, because truly they keep everything on an even keel.
Absolutely. So, oh, that's excellent. And portable careers are just so vital to the military community. I know, because you're only everywhere for about 3 years on average. And we've got so many wonderful spouses in this talent pool who just aren't able to work a traditional job. And I think the ability now to work from home and to make your own schedule is just absolutely crucial to finding that successful piece and having something for yourself. So thank you. It's a wonderful reciprocal relationship. You're servicing the military community and you're hiring the military community. So
yep. And I guess I forgot to mention this part. So a percentage of our profits also are going back into the community. So about 10% of our profits are on an annual basis invested back into the communities from which they come. So for example, MacDill Air Force Base is where we've had the most business, obviously, because we're here. It was kind of our test market. So when we get to the end of our fiscal year, that's where the majority of our donations are going, and they're going right back into our military community, because we firmly believe in servant leadership and being involved in our community. For example, with our Coast Guard spouses and families that weren't getting paid. I don't know if you saw, we had a whole series called Countdown to Payday, and it was fantastic because we were able to give our Coastie spouses a voice to a little over 30,000 people. Which was amazing. It truly was amazing.
Well, thank you so much for doing that. I know that there's been the need because we're all part of the same family here. And I think that's tremendous that you're giving back to the military community. You're doing it in such a vital and relevant way. So that's wonderful. I can't wait to see what you all continue to do with Military Home Base as it is rapidly growing, rapidly serving, giving back to the community, helping buyers, sellers, and everyone in between. Great. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add, Iris?
I don't think so. I mean, just that, we are always looking to grow. As we move across as our current staff PCSs, they'll be starting new pods, as we call them, in other parts of the country, and we'll be looking to hire new military spouses and bring them on board. So as we grow, so will our staff, and that's really what we're excited about.
Wow, fantastic. And please do keep us in the loop. We'd love to see what you're doing. If you're ever looking for spouses, we're happy to post any sort of hiring announcements, anything we can do to help further your mission. I think it's wonderful work that you're accomplishing here with Military Home Base. So thank you so much for being here today. And thank you all for watching. Again, this was Iris Green with Military Home Base. And if you've got any questions afterwards, you can visit their website or you can check them out on Facebook. So thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
Thank you.